There are almost 114,000 Americans that are on the wait list for an organ transplant. Every 12 minutes, a new person is added to the list. The people that are on the wait list rely heavily on organ donors. Being an organ donor is something that can be life-changing for so many people. An organ donation is the process of a person allowing an organ of their own to be removed and then legally transplanted to somebody else. There are 8 different organs that can be donated: the liver, lungs, heart, kidneys, pancreas, and small intestine. The kidney is the most needed organ. 83.4% of people on the wait list are in need for a kidney. After the kidney, the second most needed organ is the liver at 11.8%, then followed by the heart, which is at 3.3%. 95% of adults in the US do support organ donation, yet only 58% are registered organ donors. As the list gets longer, the need for organ donors rises. Every year, the number of people on the wait list rises much higher than the number of donors and the number of transplants performed. This is continuing the organ shortage. There is more that can be noted than just those 8 organs. Tissue donation is also very commonly done as well. Different tissues that can be donated include corneas, skin, veins, heart valves, tendons, ligaments, and bones. With tissue donation, you can save and enhance up to 100 different lives. The waiting list has almost 2,000 children under the age of 18. 2 out of every 3 people are over the age of 50. The waitlist has different ethnicities as well. 41% of individuals on the organ transplant waitlist are Caucasian. The second most common ethnicity on the waitlist are African Americans at 28.8%. Hispanic and Asian follow next. Montana is the state with the highest percentage of their citizens registered at 93%. Being an organ donor is something you can do while living or deceased. If you were to donate while living, and while under anesthesia as well, you may have to recover for a couple of days or weeks. Because this is a setback to undergoing the transplant, many are working to create a quicker recovery time. A living donor can donate a kidney, a part of the liver, lung, or intestine. Laparoscopic surgery has managed to cause less intervention for the donor. This surgery causes a small incision and a few punctures. You can quickly return to your normal life, as you only need 2 recovery nights in the hospital following the surgery. This type of surgery is the preferred method for kidney donor transplants. Living donations occur about 6,000 times a year in the United States, and about 1 in 4 donors are not biologically related to the recipient. When an organ donor passes, they can possibly save up to 8 different lives with their vital organs. When someone close to you has passed, it may be hard for you knowing that they're getting the removal of some of their organs. While it may be hard, if you think about the life that these organs can bring someone, you will begin to feel good about it. Once a donor is deceased, the family does not get to choose as to who the organs get to go to. Some people may not be okay with this because they do not want someone to receive the organs if they are of different religion or race than they are. Most of the major religions do support organ and tissue donation. They view it as an act of charity or goodwill. Having hope and a good attitude toward the transplant process will help you greatly. Knowing that your deceased loved one is living on in someone else's body would give you a sense of goodness, which is something that you can't feel if you are upset on who receives the organs. Becoming an organ donor is not that you are agreeing to donate your organs while living, it is allowing them to be transplanted into somebody else if you were to suddenly pass away. 3 out of 4 times, living transplants are done with other family members, and it is always done voluntarily. Knowing that when you are gone, your organs can save the lives of others is something that will make you feel great about yourself. Many people worry that they will never get to know where their loved one's organs went. If you would like to know where and who received them, it is possible to try. You can request a medical update on the recipient. If you wish to initiate contact, provide information for them such as your address or your phone number. Many people have done this when their loved one has passed, and they have had fantastic outcomes. Finding out this information can give a great sense of relief, and you can feel as if your loved one is still living on today. Others worry that if their loved one were to donate organs and tissues, then they cannot have an open casket funeral. Their first thoughts are that after the removal of the organs and tissues, the body is not okay to be shown. Luckily, that is not the case. The Organ Procurement Organization will always treat the donor bodies with respect, which allows for open casket funerals. When organs are donated, you want to have an open mind and have positive thoughts. There are chances of organs failing on recipients. While that is quite scary to think about, knowing that they can have a second chance in a normal life is a positive outcome that you must hope for. Some people are not registered as organ donors because they feel as if it would affect the treatment they would receive in the hospital. Some may think that if they were registered organ donors, then the hospital will not work as hard to treat them correctly. The American Transplant Foundation wants to assure you that all doctors do not consider or discuss if you are an organ and tissue donor until after the death is declared. Any doctor's priority is to care for the patient with their best ability. Medical bills are very expensive. This may worry potential organ and tissue donors because they do not want their family to be charged with the process of donating. Again, the American Transplant Foundation share that families are never associated with the cost of the organ and tissue donation process. This is also another reassuring benefit to registering as an organ and tissue donor. Becoming an organ and tissue donor is quite simple. You have two choices: to register online at www.organdonor.gov/register, or you can visit your local motor vehicle department and you could register there as well. The world desperately needs more organ donors to save lives after one's passing. 65,000 people die every year while on the organ transplant wait list. This equals to about 20 people every day. The need for vital organs is rising every day. You are someone who can make the positive change of becoming an organ donor. You can change several lives from just registering. Registering to become an organ donor is a great thing that you can do. By doing so, you can one day possibly save up to 8 different lives. Giving these people a second chance that they deserve is a life-changing moment for them. Organ donors are making positive impacts in the world and will one day change someone's lives forever.